Hello, this is Farhan, and today I've got my mic right here. So, today I am going to be talking about caring about things and this can be applied to people as well, caring about things that you do not care about. Things being important to you that aren't important to you, that mean very little to you, maybe even nothing to you. And you might be thinking that sounds, antithetical. If you don't care about something, how can you also care about it? And today's date, and that's also very important, is the 19th of March 2023. Hopefully, this will get uploaded for 19th of March 2023. But if it doesn't, this is the day that I am recording. In the UK, this is Mother's Day this year. And I find it, appropriate to talk about this topic today because in reality, Mother's Day and Father's Day, these are the sort of events, especially the ones that don't have like a fixed day, because last year it was the last Sunday of the month, and this year it's not the last Sunday of the month, so it's not even like it's the last or the first Sunday of the month, or it's like Christmas where it's fixed on a certain day on the 25th of December, or like New Year's, which is on the 1st of January, and one again not made up by me this saying, but it's made by the credit card company, not the credit card, the card companies, these companies that want to sell you stuff. There's new events coming out like every year, it feels like, and that sort of stuff really doesn't interest me. But I'm married now, have been for 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years actually, and I have a daughter as well. So my wife is a mother now and has been for almost a year now. So as a result, Mother's Day is something I think about, and not because inherently I am excited by Mother's Day, but because my wife, and like many other women out there, are into Mother's Day. And I know there's a lot of people out there, whether it's about Mother's Day, whether it's about another event like this, or it could be based around a certain object, because they have no care for it, or no desire, or no importance. It has no importance in their life. They don't hold it as important, or care for it, or think about it. And I'm just here to say that's the wrong attitude to have. That's, like I'm saying, it's important to my wife. My wife is important to me. My daughter is important to me. That, whole combination of my wife having given birth to my daughter, hence being a mother, is also important to me. So this arbitrary celebration that she likes is also important to me now. I also buy her flowers on this day, chocolates, the sort of stuff that typical that people want, and that she also wants, and it makes her happy. Again, not because I don't care for flowers in general, not on a particular day, just in general. It's like I think it's one of the biggest wastes of money and just time and effort. I mean, again, flowers in a garden, I don't mind that, on show somewhere, but just generally as a gift, not the biggest fan of it. But it's important to a person that's important to me. Hence why it is now important to me. It is something that is of care of somebody that I care about. As a result, I care for it too. I plan around that too as well. So I buy flowers on this day, on other days, because it's important. There's so many people out there, and I think men are the biggest culprits of it. Women as well, with other areas of life, but men definitely, that will say, because, I don't believe in it, it's not important to me, I don't see the value in it. Even if it's for free or it costs very little money to that individual, they get very stubborn about these sort of topics. They'll say, I don't want to buy this for this individual, and it's not because they don't want to spend the money. They don't have the time to go and get it, because those are different, things, and that's fair enough. but it's because they don't see it as important. But again, you have to look. If it's important to someone around you, then it's important to you. It has to be that way. And it also has to go vice versa. So if there's something important to me, I would like my wife for it to be important to my wife. Yes, it will never be as important to my wife as it is to me. Likewise, flowers will never be as important to me as it is for my wife. But they're important enough in my life now that she's happy with it. So something that's important to me that a lot of other people don't care for is Lego. I've got some Lego up there, some shelves up there with Lego, and I've got some Lego over there that I need to complete, a Lego Star Destroyer UCS collection. But I'm digressing now. So yeah, Lego is important to me. And wife doesn't really care much for it. I mean, she finds it cool. She likes, some of the stuff, but not as much as me. Yet she bought this Lego Star Destroyer for me. It's been quite a while now, and I do need to complete it. And I think that's, again, another thing. That's a separate topic, and I might create a video on that about being disrespectful without being without the intention of being disrespectful. Because I think me not having completed this Lego after my wife has spent about £600 to £700 on it, probably more now if you would buy it because of things have gone up. It's a form of disrespect. But yeah, going back to Lego, it's important to me. So she had bought me Lego, like 2-3 different sets. I think 4 sets, I want to say. So the Star Destroyer, the Darth Maul poster, the pixel art, the Yoda that's over there. Now the Darth Vader I bought myself. 3. No. And the Batmobile. And the Tumbler. So 4 pieces of Lego that she has, bought me. She bought it me, not because it was important to her, because it was important to me. As a result, it became important to her as soon as we had a relationship together, as soon as we were married, because it was of some significance in my life. Same with other things. Again, there'll be things that cross over that are important to her, also important to me. Gaming, for example. She was a gamer. It was important in her life and has been all her life. Same, definitely with me. So things like that are great because, they just cross over. But people want, and I think you get a lot of guys, and you get a lot of women as well, this is for the women out there as well, that say, I want, somebody to be with someone, that could be relationship-wise, that could be friendship-wise, that could be business-wise, could just be people that you see, like maybe even neighbors. Some people are picky about that have all exact interests in me. And that's not going to happen. It just is not going to happen. And even if it does, in reality, it's like a housing estate. So if there's a new housing development and there's 100 new houses, imagine if they all look the same. 100% the same. It's not a nice sight. You want some variance in it. Obviously you want similarities. It's very important. But if there's some variance in the individuals, it could be multiple people, not a problem. And it is important that the people involved in the relationship, whether that's obviously a romantic relationship, a friendship, business, whatever it is, seek to learn more about the other person and what they find important, and as a result it becomes important to their lives. And the thing is, some of these things that you may not value right now, you might end up enjoying afterwards. I know there's been stuff like that in my life. Nothing comes to mind, but I know there has been. Same with my wife. There were things that she did not value, and it can go the other way as well. There may have been things that I valued, but as a result of now getting married, obviously hanging out with each other, that's the person I'm going to hang out with the most now, there's certain things I don't value anymore. So it goes the other way, as finding things that are not finding things that are important that used to be, that are important to you. Camera's not focusing. It's been a bit weird. There we go. So yeah, this video is just about finding significance and importance in areas that you do not find important, but making an effort in it. Very important. And I'll give you another example. I see this a lot with parents, especially parents with kids that are slightly older. My daughter's 1 year old, or almost one. It's a bit different then. But let's say if, you have a kid that's 5, 10, 15 years old, they'll have interests. At the 15-year-old, let's say if it's a boy, I'm not saying a girl, but let's say if it's a boy, they all heavily be into gaming. And the parents, not gamers at all. They're almost technology Luddites. You can almost call them that. And they won't take an interest in it. They'll buy the kids' games. They'll buy them the console. Let's say the latest one when it comes out, when they want it. The new PS5, the new Xbox Series X, Switch, whatever it is. But they won't engage themselves. And I think it's very important and a missed trick. It's a very simple trick, very simple hack, but a missed trick in a relationship to not lay focus in, to not take a interest in people that you are interested in. Again, that could be romantically, that could be family-wise, that could be friends, that could be business colleagues, business associates, whatever it is. People that you are interested in, take an interest in the things they find interesting. And again, not everything. You don't want to waste your time on everything. You don't want to use your time on everything. But if they find gaming interesting, as a parent, find an interest in that. Because I love Star Wars, I love games. My daughter guaranteed is going to love those things because, I love it. And she will play games with me. She'll watch Star Wars with me. But I know she'll like stuff that I don't like. She'll be into Disney princesses and all that sort of stuff that my wife likes a bit more than me. I'm not really that fussed by it. But because my daughter is someone of importance to me, those topics will become important to me. I will watch those Disney movies that I otherwise would not have. I will go to the cinema and watch those movies with a smile on my face, and I will enjoy it. Maybe not as much as a new Star Wars movie, probably more than a new Star Wars one, but like an old one, or a Batman movie, like a Christopher Nolan movie. Maybe not as much as those, that's fine enough, but I will enjoy it enough that she does not notice that I don't find it important. And that's the thing. You will probably not get much appreciation with this advice. But it is the lack of disappreciation, is that a word? Or the lack of negativity towards you, or the lack of disconnect towards you, that's where the real reward is. So find the things that the people in your life that you are interested in, find their things interesting. And that goes upwards as well. So as a kid, if you are 20 years old or as a child, somebody's child, and your parents are into something, you may not be into it as much, or your uncle that's important to you, or that elderly neighbor that used to look after you, that you consider like almost a friend, but not a friend, you're very, close with. Make an effort to like the things they are interested in. You might be thinking, you're making a sacrifice there. 100% you will, to an extent, be making some sacrifice. Life is sacrifice from the day you are born. Whether it's money, whether it's the things you buy, whether it's the time that you spend, the things you think about, everything is a sacrifice. Everything has to give. You need to think, is this sacrifice worth it? So if you have someone that you care about in your life, and you care about them more than anyone else in the world, then I think you probably could sacrifice a few things. Maybe it's a few things that you like. Maybe it's a few things that you dislike, but they like, your wife likes, your husband likes. That's fine. It's not a problem. You don't have to be. My wife loves Harry Potter. I don't have to be as enthusiastic about Harry Potter as she does. I'm not a big fan of Harry Potter. I bought a Hogwarts Legacy. I actually want to play that. It looks pretty good. But I haven't played it yet. I'm not fussed by it. She played it. She enjoys it. If a new Harry Potter film came out, we didn't watch Fantastic Beasts 3. There was a reason we didn't go. We was unable to go and see that. There was a reason, but otherwise I would have taken it. But if, let's say, a new Harry Potter film came out, I wouldn't be that fussed to rush to the cinema to see it. I probably would see it anyway, even before marriage, just because I like movies. But if that's okay, you go and see it. I would go and see it. And they had Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or the Sorcerer's Stone, as it's called in America. They had that on in the UK in 2023 now. I think it's 2021. And I think it might have been an anniversary, probably was an anniversary, or something like that. And I took her to see it. She enjoyed it. She had never watched it at cinema before. I was not fussed by it. If we was not married and I did not know my wife, I would not have gone to go and see Harry Potter at the cinema, after, re-release. I'd already seen it, when it first came out when I was a kid, my dad took me. Not fussed by the movies. But likewise, Lord of the Rings is more important to me than it is her. And I know if there's a new Lord of the Rings movie, she would go to the cinema with me to watch that. She might even enjoy the new one. But she would go, even if she doesn't want to go, just because it is important to me. And that's the topic of this video. So this is part of a series of videos I'm creating called Life Lesson Vlogs. And I'll just plan on creating what comes to mind. This just came to mind today, as I, woke up and it was Mother's Day. I was thinking about some stuff. And make things that are not important to you important if they are important to others. So that's it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. If you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down button. Also hit the subscribe button so you can be notified of more videos to hate on. It all helps. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye and have a happy Mother's Day.